is the government's problem with Billie Holiday? Why is the government always after you?
My song, Strange Fruit. It reminds them that they're killing us. They say they want the names of my suppliers. They don't want no names. They want to destroy me.
In the upcoming film, The United States versus Billie Holiday, the great Andra Day plays the jazz legend who faced unrelenting attacks from the federal government after she refused to stop singing her anti-lynching masterpiece, Strange Fruit. As The Hollywood Reporter points out, it's one of two new movies, along with Judas and the Black Messiah, about Black Panther Fred Hampton, that depict relentless campaigns by American government intelligence agencies to silence influential Black voices closely after an impeachment trial in which the majority of GOP senators showed their complicity in violence from white supremacist groups by voting to acquit the instigator-in-chief. And I'm joined now by Lee Daniels, director of The United States versus Billie Holiday. Lee, it's so great to talk to you. Congratulations on the film. I'm hearing probably the name Andra Day every day and talking about this incredible performance. But you decided to do something different. You know, my good friend Chris Witherspoon from Pop Viewers, he made this really great point to me and some friends. We were talking about Billie Holiday, and most of people know Lady Sings the Blues. They know that kind of narrative about her music, and even some of her troubles. But you went right for the political FBI attacks on her. Why?
Because I didn't know that it happened. You know, I'm a psycho fan of Lady Sings the Blues, and I thought that Billie Holiday was a great jazz singer, a troubled woman that was, you know, in and out of jail, but I didn't know that she was a civil rights leader, and that she was that she kicked off the civil rights movement as we know it with this Strange Fruit song, and that the government really tried to stop her. They did everything they could to stop her, and so, and I had to tell the story. There was no way I could not tell this story. It's too important of a story to not tell.
And, you know, the song Strange Fruit, of course, being about lynching and, you know, talking about that, particularly in that era when white audiences did not want to think about the things that their own cousins, friends, family members, police officers they trusted were doing. Talk about making a film like that at a time when we just saw, you know, Confederate flags flying in our Capitol, when we saw the attempted lynching, a lynch mob go in to try to get the Speaker of the House, to get the Vice President. And that, to me, when I saw those crowds rush in, I thought that must be what a lynch mob looked like.
Joy, I had no idea when we did this movie that we would have the George Floyd incident or even the noose at the Capitol. But it was an aerosol, and it was a... I did the Butler, and with Butler, you know, it was hope. I felt hope with Obama in office. But with Trump, I did it because my spirit attracted me to what was in the air. And in the air were nooses. So, no, I didn't see him, but we saw him later on.
Yeah, and we're seeing now law enforcement get a lot of questions. You know, you have the Capitol Police now investigating some of their own for potential complicity in the crime that we saw take place on January 6th. How in your in the narrative of when we talk about, you know, lynchings and we talk about, you know, violence against the Black body, how much does law enforcement need to be talked about, and the FBI indeed?
Part of the reason I did the movie, too, was my dad was a cop, and the only time I saw him cry, we're from Philadelphia, and the only time I saw him cry was when he came home after Rizzo, Commissioner Rizzo, because it wasn't mayor then, did what he did to move the MOVE organization. It was an atrocity, and I think that this is a dilemma. We are in a dilemma, and this is. It just seems like it's. From Billie's time to the 60s, 70s to today, this country is in trouble. This country is in trouble, and I only know how to help through my work.
Yeah, and you do. I mean, the stories that you tell are so rich and so beautiful. I have to have you talk just a little bit about Andra Day. Her transformation into Billie Holiday is remarkable. Talk a little bit about her, because it's her first big acting gig.
First big acting gig. I think that she trusted me. You know, often I'm so transparent with my actors and about my vulnerabilities and my flaws, and we jumped off the cliff together in telling. She knew the importance and how important it was for both of us to tell Billie's story, to tell the right way. It was a gift from God, Joy. I thought, you know, God's been looking over this project. Billie has been looking over this project by handing me her.
Absolutely. Yes. And what do you hope people take away overall from the film?
I think that if Billie, who was a queer black woman in the 50s, could go out and stand up to the government, because she didn't look at herself as a civil rights leader. She was just living in her truth and doing her thing. That if Billie could do that back in the 50s, we must do the same. We owe it to her. We owe it to people that have died for us to do the same. Such as you're doing, Joy. You do it every day. So we all have to be like you.
You're too kind.
I'm too real.
You're too kind.
I'm too real.
Well, now I'm going to keep you. See, now it's a hostage situation. So you're going to stay right here, because we have made it to Friday, and you know what that means. It is now time to find out with our wonderful special guest, Lee Daniels. Who won the week? Michael Steele, Victoria DeFrancesco Soto are back with Lee Daniels. Okay, so Michael, you are the veteran in this Who Won the Week game. So I'm going to allow you, sir, to go first. Michael Steele, who won the week?
I'm going to go a little bit contrarian here. Ted Cruz won the week. And he won the week because this brother has given every aspiring and currently serving elected official a primer on what your responsibilities are and are not in a storm. Just so we clear.
It's like what not to wear. It's like what not to wear, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Victoria DeFrancesco Soto, Victoria, can you just rescue this, please? Who won the week? Okay.
We are going with Texans, everyday Texan neighbors who are checking on each other, who are pulling each other out of ditches when they were on the roads, and a very special shout out to my parents' neighbors who were taking care of them when I couldn't get to them because of the storm. So it's about the Texan neighbors this week.
Yeah. That's wonderful. See, that's good. See, Michael, that's how you do it positive, because yours was super ironic. It was funny. It was comedy. But I don't know if it was really the winner. Okay, we're going to give Lee Daniels, who's our special, wonderful, esteemed guest. Sir, who, in your view, won the week?
I'm mad at him because Ted Cruz rocks my world for that one. That was a good one. I was saying the 911 workers from Texas. I mean, all around the country, all around the state, what they've been doing is an incredible job. Half of them don't have electricity. They're in the same. They're home. It's a mess out there for them, and yet they're able to direct people that are calling in. They are my heroes right now.
Absolutely. Well, my pick is not a person. My pick is a little adorable thing. Snowflake. What? Snowflake won the week, and I'm going to tell you why. Snowflake, who was left at home with some human who also was ditched by Ted Cruz and didn't get to go to Mexico, got to spend a full 24 hours not in the presence of Ted Cruz. That's called Snowflake winning the week. I'm the host, therefore I win. Lee Daniels, Michael Steele, Victoria DeFrancesco Soto. That is great. Lee's new movie, The United States versus Billie Holiday, premieres next Friday on Hulu. You must watch it. That's tonight's ReidOut. All In with Chris Hayes is rescuing us now. Up next, the